Welcome to Workshop Wednesday. Today I'm going to be playing with the Berry Blessings set, which is a stamp celebration item. I love this set. Haven't stopped playing with it. I've created so much. But first we're going to do the prizes from last week. Debbie Schultz won the Merry Hello. And Pam Schwartzer won Flight of Fancy. And this week I'm going to be giving away the Touch My Heart, which is a host set, I believe. Yeah, it's a host set. So be sure and share my video and let me know that you shared my video so that I can enter you into the drawing for this prize. And if you're watching the replay, you can still share it. And if you're watching it on YouTube, just like it. You could still share it. And again, let me know that you have shared it so that I can know that you shared it. So first announcement that I have today is I collaborated with two of my really good Stampin' Up friends, Heather Guerrero and Deborah Harrison. Some of you probably know them. And we created a class with the Snailed It set. I know my lighting, the Snailed It set. So this class is going to include all the materials to make these projects. Here's a card. It's kind of like a fancy fold. There's another card, and you open this little envelope up, and there's a message in there. And there's this card. And this card, and kind of another fancy fold. And we have two 3D projects. Look at this one, how adorable. Deborah created this one. It's a little mailbox. And I put some treats in mine. So there's some treats in there. You can fit a lot of treats in there. And then here's a little like mail carrier bag, since it's Snailed It. And then that has some little treats inside it as well. Got some little Snicker bars, fun size Snicker bars in there. So this class will include all the materials to make those 6 projects. It'll include the resin hearts, package of dimensionals, quarter pack of the DSP, and they'll be cut into 6x6 pieces. And I'll send mine priority, so it's going to be $32, but you have to have the stamps and dies for this. If you don't have the stamps and dies and you want to add the bundle, you can go ahead and add that, and then that'll qualify you for a free celebration item. So just email me to register and let me know if you want to add the bundle, and if you want to add the bundle, let me know what celebration item that you would like. And I believe that's it. Oh, other than my project sheet is already uploaded, so you can go ahead and print that. And just to let you know that if you can't find it on the thread, it's always in the files. I think once I post it, it goes into the files. So this is the project sheet for today. And like I said, I'm going to be using the Berry Blessings stamp set and then the beautiful designer series paper that goes with it. So let's get started. So we're going to go ahead and start. Actually, I used the Memories and More card pack this time, so we didn't have to make our card bases. So in the Memories and More pack, you get these little, I think they're 3x4, and then 6 by, I can't remember, but you get 10 of each, so you actually get 20 cards. You get 10 big ones and 10 little ones. So we're going to do a little one, and this is our first one that we're going to do. Super easy, again, super easy to replicate. Very easy peasy. So we're going to use the raspberries on this one. So we're going to use the small card base. And we're first going to cut the DSP. Let me find my own instructions, the instruction piece. So the DSP is going to be 3 1/8 by 4 1/8. So the 1/8 is on the trimmer. It's going to be the second tick mark after the 3. So 3 1/8, and then by 4 1/8. So then again, second tick mark after the 4. And then what we're going to do is we're going to use the large, this is from the Hippo and Dies, but we're going to use the large one here, and then we're going to use a smaller one in a bit. Actually, we'll probably cut both out, but so you're going to have to center this die onto this piece, because this is going to be our, that looks about good centered. And since I have my big shot out, we'll go ahead and cut that. This piece is going to be in Whisper White, or Basic White now. It's going to take some getting used to calling it Basic White. So we're going to cut that piece out. And we are going to use those, my poor plates. Oops. Every time I get a new set, I wear them out right away. So these are our pieces that we have. And so for this piece, we're going to pop it up with dimensionals, and we're not going to throw this piece away. We're going to use it as the background. So what I did is you can put some big dimensionals on the corners if you want. And then we'll use the mini dimensionals in the other places. A lot of dimensionals, but we're gonna pop this up so that it's kind of lifted, and then that back piece is gonna stay in the back. So let's take the dimensionals off. This, I think this Berry Blessings is going to be one of the top sellers, or top choice for a free product. And it is with the $100 order, but you know, that's pretty easy to do. But you are getting the designer series paper and the stamp set. So we'll go ahead and put that on like that. And it's popped up. So now with this piece, we're going to use it as our background. So we can just use snail, or you can use liquid glue, whatever you want. And just fit it into there so that it lays flat. Now with our little piece, we're going to stamp the sentiment. And you know what? That's the only stamp I didn't pull out. I was like, I pretty much use every stamp in this set today, except for this one and the stem. But let me take this off here, because I had all my stamps ready because I used every one of them. So the reason I'm stamping this one first is because I want to put it over to the right. And I stamped that kind of crooked, but that's okay. That's okay for now. I'll fix it later. And then, so then we know where to place our raspberries. So this was Pear Pizzazz that I used. Now I'm going to use Rich Razzleberry, and I'm going to show you how to do the two-step stamping. I had some questions about that last week, and I had a lot of feedback on the how I use the templates from Pinterest. So this one we're going to do full strength. So we'll stamp one there, stamp another one kind of down, and then on this scrap that I had already, we're going to stamp another one. So on this one, the fill-in, we're going to stamp off and then stamp. Stamp off and then stamp. And this is like kind of like a watercolor, so it's not going to fit exact. So that's why you'll have some on the outlines or whatever, but that's the look of it. So we're going to stamp those, and then now we're going to go back with the pear pizzazz, and we're going to put the stems on. And see, I didn't use the other stem, so this one will just be full strength, and it's not even really going to pick up the whole stem, but we will do one over here because we're going to fussy cut these. And we'll fussy cut these ones real quick. And I wish they did have dies for these because this is such a popular set. I'm doing this so fast, but you just turn your paper and let your scissors do the cutting. It would be nice to have dies with this because, like I said, this is a popular set. But you never know. They may come out with them later. We don't ever know what they have up their sleeve at Stampin' Up. But it would be nice, especially on these little tiny pieces. But I notice a lot of people, they've been cutting them out, cutting out those blueberries, and I'm trying to concentrate on this little on this little stem. I don't want to cut it off. I think we're actually gonna cut some of it off when we get to stick it on the card because it was kind of long. But if you follow my blog, you'll see that I have I've been posting a lot of cards I've made with this set too. So what we're going to do is now put a dimensional behind this one and pop it up. So put a dimensional and pop this one up. And then what I did is I used a glue dot to stick the stem on, and you can see I did cut it because it kind of looked like it was too long. So we'll put our stem on right on top of on the top there. You can leave it hanging off. Oops. Are my glue dots not sticking again? It's funny, I don't know why I've had issues with my glue dots, but so you can see that's why I cut it. It was hanging off. So now this piece is just going to go back onto here. We'll center that. And then I'm using these opal. Let me get the right name. It's opal. Center that in there. Opal circles, opal rounds. And these actually go to the the seashells and I don't know, beachy one. But we're gonna use them here. I really like how they even stood out even though that they were white. So we'll add 2 of these here. And I'm using that twine from the snail set. I'm going to use the white, and we're just going to make a mini bow and put it on our raspberry that's popped out. I'm so glad that they came back with the twine, especially the white, because I always just like to add a bow, whether it's a tiny one or not. My husband always calls it my signature bow, just because I always add a bow. It's very rarely that you'll see me not add a bow. So then we'll just put that on the stem, and there's our first card. And if you want, I added Winkostella. But you know what? I didn't bring my Winkostella over here, but I added Winkostella to this one that's popped up. So there's our first card. And then if you want, you can always stamp your envelopes. So I just did a little raspberry on my envelope to go with my card. So we can do that real quick. Again, we'll do the dark here. And then we'll do again and stamp off. Put it on. And then we'll do the pear pizzazz for the stem. there's your little raspberry on the outside. So there's our first project. It's always nice to decorate the envelopes, and it's so easy to do. Let me get this mess out of the way, and then we'll start with the second project. Our second one, I think I'll go ahead and do the blueberry one. So this is our second project, and you can see I stamped the envelope there as well. So on this one, it's pretty simple. I used the large Memory of Moors card, and we are going to need Designer Series paper, the green one, cut at 2 inches by 6 1/4. So these cards are, you know, they're bigger than our standard card. So that's why, I think if I cut it 6 1/4, it must be 6 1/2. So again, this is 2 inches. And I just noticed on my worksheet, I have 2 feet, but it's 2 inches. And by 6 1/4. And 6 1/4 is right there. So don't cut your papers 2 feet. And then we're going to use the blueberry one at 1 1/4 by 6 1/4. Let me make sure that's 6 1/4. So 1 1/4 by 6 1/4. This DSP makes pretty much just makes the cards itself. It's so pretty. You can do, it'll go a long way. I've been working off of one package. Like I said, I've made so many cards. So we'll go ahead and adhere this green piece. And look how pretty the back side is. Just center that. And adhere it. Your DSP will go so long. And then we're just going to put the blueberries across the center of it. And I hope I don't get a phone call in the middle of this because I actually have a doctor's appointment. It's through video, but I hope they don't call me early. So we're going to make a Pacific Point scallop circle. We'll cut one of those out. And then I'm going to need a stitched circle. And this is the excuse me, the second size of the stitch circle, the second to the largest of the stitch circle. It's not the largest. I look like I'm getting out of camera. This one's stuck pretty good. Okay, so we're gonna stamp our blueberries. I had a tickle in my throat all of a sudden. We're gonna stamp our blueberries on the circle. So we're gonna do the same, excuse me, same process as we did before. This one's the outline's gonna go at the dark, but we're just trying to get where the 2 stems at the berries go, so some of it may be cut off. Stamp that. And then we're gonna stamp. And then stamp off. And then stamp on. And again, I use Pear Pizzazz. My things are stiff. And now we're going to use Pacific Point for the blueberries. And I want to get in the camera, but I don't want to get my head in the camera. Full strength on the outline. And then we're going to stamp off on the blueberries, on the fill in. I got my finger in the ink. And Since I have that ink out, we're going to go ahead and do the sentiment, which is wishing you the very best. Make sure I have it the right direction, not stamp it upside down. And we're going to put that over here in this corner. Wishing you the very best. And so now we'll just adhere these two, layer them together. And we'll put these with dimensionals onto the center of the card. See how simple these cards come together? It's just really quick and easy. You can make a bunch if you need to. And I really like this Memories and More card pack, because like I said, you can make 20 cards easily with that. And then again, we're going to add the twine, but this time we're going to do a double bow. So to do a double bow, we'll just get 2 strands. I know I made this way longer than I need it to. And then just tie our bow. Make the size that we want for our double bow. Cut that, and we'll use a glue dot again. Let's hope my glue dot sticks. My glue dot should be fine. I don't know what's going on. Just stick your bow there. And then we're going to add more of these opal rounds. So I don't know why I keep closing them, but these are so pretty. I actually didn't buy this. I'm probably the only one that didn't buy that seashells and stuff set. You would think I would since I live by the beach, but I didn't. There were a bunch of other ones that I wanted instead. And then we add those, and there our card is done. Quick and easy. So then again, I stamped my envelope. We can do the envelope again, since I have everything out. And we'll just remember the 2-step stamping. I had questions on that too. Full strength with that one. When you use the same color, and then you're gonna lighten up. So you stamp off. And then when you use the same color, you go one full strength, and then the other you stamp off. That way one is darker and one's lighter. So there's our blueberries there. Stamp off. Oh, I didn't do that very good. Stamp off. Those look a little dark because I did it a second time. But that's our envelope, and that's our second card. So again, in case you didn't know, when you spend $35 in my online store, you'll get all of these materials to make these 3 projects when you shop and use this host code. So yes, I'll send you the card, I'll send you the opal dots, I'll send you the DSP, and everything's cut. All you'll have to do is assemble and stamp. I cannot stamp, but you'll get the circles, you'll get the twine. So everything's included to make all 3 projects when you spend $35. And you need to use this host code, so then I know to send it to you. So just to clarify that. So our third project is going to be this one. And I wanted to use those gold rings and not so much the berries, so we're going to use the Blooms Punch. So for this one, again, I got the large Memories and More card, and the DSP is going to be, we're going to use Poppy Parade, and this piece is going to be cut at 6 1/8 by 4 1/8. I think it was the same as the other, 6 1/8 by 4 1/8. And we're gonna emboss it. We're gonna use the textured, tasteful textile. But let me cut the DSP that we need first, which is 2 by 6 1/8. So let's go 6 1/8 by 2. Okay, since I had my paper trimmer out, so let's go ahead and do this one. And this one, I'm going to use my Stampin' Cut Boss machine so that I didn't have to change my plates on my other, I use my Big Shot because it has the magnetic plate. So this one we're just going to roll through on my Stampin' Emboss machine. Oops. And we're going to texture that. It's done texturing. So this will just go, we'll put snail or stamp and seal. I'm one of the ones that still has the stamp and seal. I mean, the snail. I have stamp and seal, but I need to use all this snail up first. So we'll just put this one across the center. And then what we're gonna do to make our flowers, which is super easy, is just punch 3 out of the DSP. I chose the checkered one here. And then we're gonna punch 3 out of Poppy Parade. Oops, I messed that one up. I started to get into the other flower. So 3 out of Poppy Parade. And then we're gonna, I still have a scrap of that white. We're gonna stamp the leaves. So let's not get those lost. So we're just gonna stamp 1 set of leaves, and we're gonna do it the same way. We're gonna go full strength. And yes, these we have to fussy cut. Full strength on that. And then we're gonna stamp off on the filling. And we will fussy cut those out. And you can see that what I did is I cut the I cut one of the leaves off to make it look like we had more leaves. All this stuff out of the way. These gold rings, they come in a package. I really haven't used them a whole lot. I keep forgetting to use them. You know, it's funny, I like to use all these embellishments, but then I forget that I have them. So I wanted to show you that, you know, you can use this stamp set more than just for the berries, because I'm sure there's some people out there that might not like berries. But all of our stamps are versatile. And then I don't know, some of you might not know that our products are all coordinated. So your DSP on the package, it'll tell you what colors are in it, so then you know what color cardstock to use. And you don't have to do the thinking like, well, what matches with this? What matches with that? So then what I did is I just cut this small leaf off like this. And we're going to use that in a minute. I don't know what happened here. But let me just show you really quickly. So on the package of a DSP, so these are the 2 sides. They're all 2-sided. So you get 6 sheets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then these are the back sides of them. But on each package, it tells you all the colors that are in it. So I know that I can go get my Poppy Parade cardstock. I can go get my Pacific Point ink or whatever. It's already all coordinated. I put all my colors down here that I know that are in this designer series paper. So Stampin' Up! Does all the work for you. You don't have to do the thinking. It's already done for you. So let's, here's the gold rings. They come in a package of 10 gold hoops. I'm calling them rings. And what I did is I kind of took my bone folder and just curled the flowers, went around and just kind of curled them up. And then just kind of look so they're not so flat. And there's no right or wrong way of putting them on your gold hoop. It's just however you want to arrange them. You could add more, you can add less. So what we're going to do now is get glue dots and adhere them to, we'll put all the hearts, all the flowers on glue dots. And then we can adhere them. So I think I started out with, and go one here. You can fill the glue dot there. Put another one. Oops. My glue dots are not going to cooperate with me today. They're not sticking. What the heck? You know, this stuff only happens when you're live, right? Only when you're live. Let me see why my glue dot's not sticking. And let me put, I don't know what happened to the one that was on there. They are not cooperating. How funny. Okay, so then let's put another one kind of outward. I'm just hoping these stick. They stay stuck long enough for me to show you. Like that. And then one of these, so what I did on this one is I put it on one of the petals and then stuck the petal to this outside like that. And then this one just goes right on top. That is so funny that they're not sticking. So then I did the leaves the same way, but this one, they're not sticking. I'm sorry, you guys. I don't know what's going on with my glue dots. But that one we cut, we just stuck it under there. And this one, I put a couple of glue dots. A couple of glue dots that don't want to stick. And added those down here. Okay, so let's hope they stick long enough to get put on my card. So on some of the flowers I added the opal dots again. And I used all of the small size. And kind of put them on the ones that you could see. I didn't put the ones that are in the back. I am just not having luck with my sticky things today. I don't know what's kind of funny. All right. I think I need more putty on my take your pick tool. This is so funny. I hope I'm entertaining you guys, if anything, today with all my mishaps. So there you go. There's that. So we'll make another bow and add it to our wreath. It's funny how you could probably rehearse a million times and not have the issues that you have when you go live. And that's just one of those things. We're all human. things don't always work when they're supposed to. So we'll add our bow to the small flower. And then, so what I did is to stick mine is I use glue dots. And you can actually tuck them over to hide them so they can't be seen. But you could probably use liquid glue. I didn't. And I hope I'm in the camera where you can see all this. I have not looked at the comments at all to see what's going on, because like I said, my first video was messed up. So hi Denise. I could see hi Linda. Hi Kelly. Oh, you know what, Kelly? I'm almost to the end, so maybe that's the deal with the glue dots. But so you can fold them over. I've never really had that problem, so I don't, well, I mean, the last few times I've had them. So just stick it in the center with your glue dots. Like I said, you can tuck these glue dots way under and then you won't see them. That's the nice thing, is that they're cleared. And this one will be covered by the banner. So let's cut out our banner. And this die is from the new In Blooms set, I believe it's called. You know, everything's new, so I'm trying to remember the names. But I really liked the shape of that one, so I was like, oh, I'm going to use that today. But it's in the In Bloom set, and I actually think that set coordinates with the other designer series paper. Another one of the Celebration designer series papers. So we will stamp the sentiment. You always have a way of making my day. And you ladies always do by joining on my joining in on my fiascos on my Facebook's lives. All you can do is laugh at me, right? So we'll stamp that. And we're gonna pop that up with some dimensionals. And what I did is I put them on each side of the ring so I knew where they were gonna go. And I knew how to line this up. And that's that. So there's that card. And I stamped my envelope, but since I didn't use any of the berries, I went ahead and stamped it with the sentiment. So we'll go ahead and stamp that in the corner. And that's it. Those are our 3 cards for the day. I hope you guys enjoy these. This one, I don't know if you noticed, I didn't emboss, and I wanted to emboss because I think it made a big difference. So these are our 3 projects for the day. And oops, hi. Again, if you want them, you can place $35 in my online store, and you'll also earn my Sweet Stampin' Friends tutorial, which me and 7 other demonstrators put together once a month, and you can earn that by spending I think $30 in my online store. So if you guys have any questions or anything, let me know. I will post about the snail class as well, the Sending Happy Mail class that I collaborated with Heather and Deborah on. And you guys have a great week, and I will see you back here next Wednesday. Have a good week, you guys. Take care.